When the world woke up to the headline, Elon Musk buys Maxwell Chikumbutso's RF power kit for $1 billion, it didn't just sound like another news story. It felt like history cracking open. For years, the dream of a self-powered car that doesn't need fuel, charging, or even solar panels seemed like a wild fantasy from a distant future. And yet one man in Africa had already built something close to it. Maxwell Chikumbutso, the Zimbabwean inventor who stunned the scientific community with his radical RF-based energy systems, may have caught the attention of the one person who could take it global. Elon Musk, a man never afraid of impossible ideas, reportedly saw something extraordinary in this invention: a compact RF power kit that could be installed into any electric or gas-powered vehicle, making it self-sustaining and independent from the power grid. If the reports are true, this $1 billion deal might not only transform Tesla, but could redefine the entire car industry forever. Imagine never needing to plug in your car, never waiting for it to charge, and never paying for fuel again. It could mean the end of range anxiety, the fall of battery dependence, and maybe even the collapse of global oil and power monopolies. According to early stories circulating across African tech platforms, representatives from Tesla and Chikumbutso's company, Seth Technologies, allegedly met in Johannesburg about 2 months ago. The talks were said to be confidential, focused on licensing, technology transfer, and patent rights related to the RF conversion kit. The rumored product, often called the RF power kit, is said to collect ambient radio frequency energy from the surrounding air and convert it into usable electricity in real time. Essentially, it captures power from the invisible electromagnetic waves that surround us every moment. That energy, once amplified through Chikumbutso's unique circuit design, can drive motors, charge batteries, and keep vehicles running indefinitely without any external charging. When Musk reportedly learned that Chikumbutso's prototype had powered cars for over 30,000 miles without refueling or plugging in, he was said to be shocked. Even though Tesla's own battery systems are groundbreaking, they still face limits like charging time, range issues, and heavy reliance on lithium. But if Chikumbutso's system truly works, it could erase those boundaries overnight. Some rumors even claim that Musk secretly sent a team of Tesla engineers under a clean energy acquisition program to test the prototype in person. Insiders described the test results as unbelievable but undeniable. A modified Tesla Model S allegedly ran for weeks using only the RF kit under controlled lab conditions. While no official data has been released, whispers suggest the trial convinced Musk that Chikumbutso's system could be merged into Tesla's design with minimal adjustments. The deal, according to several unnamed sources, was valued at around $1 billion, partly in Tesla shares and partly in technology rights. If that's confirmed, it would make Maxwell Chikumbutso one of the most valuable inventors in modern energy history. But this is where fact and rumor begin to blur. Neither Tesla nor Chikumbutso has issued an official statement, though Chikumbutso did post one cryptic message on social media. The future of energy is not wired, it's wireless. That single line sparked chaos across online forums, Reddit, and tech circles. Was it confirmation or coincidence? Many African innovators celebrated it as long-awaited recognition that Western tech giants were finally taking African inventions seriously. Meanwhile, skeptics argued that if such technology truly worked, it would threaten too many powerful interests to ever be made public. They claim the silence is not secrecy, but suppression. Still, something about this moment feels different. A billion-dollar rumor doesn't just appear out of thin air. It follows a pattern of documented contact between Chikumbutso's team and major automakers over the years. Back in 2022, Seth Technologies demonstrated a self-powered car and generator in Harare before international engineers. Videos from that event showed vehicles idling with engines off, lights glowing without cables, and batteries that refused to drain. Critics called it stage magic, while supporters called it the beginning of the next industrial age. In that divide lies the mystery that makes a Musk partnership seem both impossible and entirely believable. Because if there's one person on Earth who'd risk $1 billion on a bold technology, it's Elon Musk. He's done it before, with reusable rockets, with electric cars, with brain chips, and even with space-based internet. So why not RF-powered motion? The rumors grew even stronger after photos emerged of Tesla-branded crates being delivered to Seth Technologies' facility last month. Local reporters snapped pictures showing shipments labeled testing equipment arriving from the United States. Seth Technologies refused to comment, which only fueled more speculation. Could Tesla already be testing RF modules inside its secret labs? Could future Teslas truly run forever without plugging in? No one has official answers yet, but the internet is boiling over with theories. Some claim that Tesla is testing the RF kit under a new division called Project Continuum. Others insist it's simply a cover for Tesla's experimental wireless charging technology, unrelated to Chikumbutso's invention. But there's a massive difference between wireless charging and self-powering. Wireless charging still depends on external transmitters and stations. Chikumbutso's method, if real, requires none. It's not wireless charging. It's continuous independent energy flow. And that makes it revolutionary to some and terrifying to others. Rumors also suggest that a few former Tesla engineers have quietly relocated to southern Africa, now working under vague job titles like energy systems researcher or consultant. Whether that's coincidence or silent confirmation remains unclear. Inside Tesla fan communities, debates are getting intense. Some followers think Musk is staying quiet deliberately to prevent stock chaos or regulatory intervention before he's ready to go public. Others believe the entire thing is fiction. Another viral story feeding on hope and conspiracy. But it's worth noting that Chikumbutso's past inventions were also doubted until they worked. His self-powered TV, drones, and generators all challenged traditional science and later gained credibility. If his RF power kit functions as claimed, then Musk's billion-dollar offer might not be an act of greed, but an attempt to bring a hidden innovation into the open. Imagine what happens when a Tesla Model 3 or Cybertruck no longer needs a charging cable. Overnight, entire charging networks could become unnecessary. Oil and energy companies would panic. Governments would argue about how to regulate the airwaves that suddenly have economic value. And everyday people would experience something close to free transportation. That's why this story, even without confirmation, feels world-changing. Deep down, people sense a shift in how power itself is defined. Africa, long seen as a consumer of global technology, is now emerging as a creator. And at the center of that shift stands Maxwell Chikumbutso, calm, mysterious, and driven by faith as much as science. In interviews, he speaks of divine guidance and visions that guide his engineering, a view that amazes some and confuses others. Perhaps that's what intrigued Musk, a man obsessed with stretching human potential. Some believe their collaboration could mark the first true bridge between African creativity and Silicon Valley's scale. Others fear it could lead to another African breakthrough absorbed by Western corporations. Would Chikumbutso's $1 billion deal truly set him free to innovate, or would it bury his ideas under contracts and NDAs? Depending on who you ask, Musk is either the visionary who can bring Chikumbutso's work to the world, or the businessman who might quietly shelve it if it disrupts Tesla's battery empire. Even within Africa, opinions are split. Some Zimbabwean outlets praise the rumor as proof that African innovation is finally being valued. Others warned that history shows how global companies often make such inventions disappear once they acquire them. Still, the pride running through African social media is undeniable. Even if unconfirmed, it puts Chikumbutso's name beside Musk's, and that alone has inspired thousands of young engineers. As the story spreads, new startups across the continent are beginning to explore RF energy harvesting. Universities are launching research projects into ambient power systems. The mere possibility of this deal has already triggered a wave of innovation. Even if Musk never signed a paper, the idea itself is changing how people think about energy. Africa's inventors are no longer standing apart. They're part of a global race toward a post-electric age. Skeptics continue to demand proof. They ask for patents, third-party tests, and public data. And those are fair points. For now, everything about this supposed $1 billion agreement exists in the gray space between fact and fiction. Maybe the talks happened but fell apart. Maybe Tesla tested the system and decided it wasn't scalable. Or maybe it's exactly what it looks like. Interestingly, Tesla's newly leaked roadmap mentions a mysterious class of continuous energy systems. The language is vague, but some insiders claim it's unlike anything Tesla currently builds. Could that be a quiet hint toward RF energy, or just another coincidence? One fact remains: Chikumbutso's RF system has been demonstrated publicly in Africa more than once. What's unclear is whether the world's most influential technologist has now stepped in to make it mainstream. Meanwhile, analysts, YouTubers, and podcasters are dissecting